Welcome back to another episode of Denied Media. So the last episode that you watched was going to get the Toyota pickup and this Forester right here. I'm still in the process of getting two other Foresters from the same owner, and then hopefully those will be parts cars to then make this car a much better car, and maybe in the process I might be able to get two full cars running. But even if I don't get two full cars running, the price was good enough where just one clean car is well worth it, and I can scrap the other ones and part them out. So that's the plan, but right now I'm just doing a little bit of work. The only interior pieces that I'm probably gonna keep on this is the WRX seats that are in the front, but the car just smells rancid. So that's why I've got all the doors open right now, and the plan is probably just to pull those seats out and then maybe vacuum up the car, but really the seats are the most important part. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Also, if you were wondering, the double mask is because the car smells so bad. So the COVID masks are definitely coming in handy. So just so you guys have an idea of what I'm working with, here's how the seat looks coming out. Really, it doesn't look too dirty on camera, but it's pretty dirty. And that's really not even the bad part. The bad part is this is what was under the seat. So yeah. All right, so here's shitbox 1 of 2. I bought the other car for $250, and then this is one of the other two Foresters that the guy was selling. He didn't really tell me much about the car. He said it's got a good engine and trans, and it does, and the interior actually looks pretty clean. So I'll probably try and use those parts, and then I'm not sure what I'll do with it at that point. Try and part it out, but here's the car, and then we're gonna take the truck and trailer and go back and get the other one. So when you have a Forester that doesn't roll, this is how you move it around, for any of you guys wondering. Well, there's Ezra with the skid loader. He just finished putting this car here. This car is an absolute piece of shit, like no question about it. Total piece of crap. But the engine, trans, and honestly almost all the interior is good. So this is how the interior is looking. So we'll probably rob the door cars off of this and the seats and all that stuff, give them a nice clean, even the dash probably. And it's got one of these nav systems that I've actually never seen in a Forester before. And like I said, trans and engine is good. So I feel very privileged to be able to have the skid steer and his grandparents' house to put this car here. The initial plan was actually to put this at the house, take the engine and trans out, and then probably swap those into the other car. But as you can see over here, it's literally on the ground. So there's no wheel, hub, wheel bearing, CV axle, anything. So there was no way we could get it off at our house. We just don't have the equipment. So yeah, hoping to get working on this soon though. And yeah, the quest for a nice Forester is definitely a tough one when you've only spent I spent $80 on this car, and in total for the three I spent $400. So for that price you can't ask much. All right, so here's the red car. This is the last of the 3 Foresters that I purchased. All 3 of them had engines, and they all have interiors. This car and the white car definitely had the best interiors. But yeah, so the plan for this car now is I'm gonna be taking the interior out. I already pulled the engine out, and that's in the garage. Then just kind of look for any other stuff that I want from this car, and then it's going to be going to scrap. I just don't really see what I can do with this car at this point. It's pretty beat up. So anyways, that's the plan, and I'll let you know how it goes. So I'm not trying to gross anyone out or anything, but here's kind of what a lot of these interiors are looking like, and that is all dog hair or someone else's hair, but I'm pretty sure it's dog hair. So yeah, very festy. Well, if you didn't quite notice, there's no Forester on the trailer anymore. I ended up deciding to scrap that car. That was the red Forester, which is the last one that we got. The only stuff that I kept from it was the interior and all of the doors, and also the engine was in the trunk. So this is only part of the interior that I pulled out. I had to run to the place really quick, to the scrapyard, and I just really didn't have time to film. I didn't even have time to put this stuff away. I was too busy scrambling, trying to get that done. So here's some of the other stuff that I pulled. So all this line of interior wasn't there. That's the rest of the interior. It was actually in really good shape. And then I just pulled some various other stuff like gauge clusters. That's the AC compressor, alternator. Yeah, I scrapped the car for $76. And that's also the engine from it. And yeah, so progress. That's one Forester down. We got 2 more to go. Probably won't be scrapping at least one of them. And yeah, there you have it. I'll hopefully be the part out king, at least for Subaru interior. So